tubiest of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. Hey guys, yes, I'm in a chef's shirt. Listen, you guys know that I cook and make sauces and seasonings and spices and stuff. So I'm doing some media for that as well. So excuse the shirt. This is not a trucking shirt, but bear with me. Hopefully, I'm going to give you guys some good information. Just concentrate from here up, okay? So yesterday, the last video, I talked to you guys a little bit about some apprehensions that you may have about becoming a mentor. You know, with us here at Melton, guys and gals. I really hope that I can pique your interest in it, because there's a lot of guys and gals that's waiting on someone like you to step up, okay? And I thought today that I would give you my opinion on what I believe a good mentor will be, and then you can decide if you have those qualities, okay? And again, it's just my opinion, okay? This is what works for me. And I've trained several guys, and I say mentors to several guys. I don't like to say train. I know it's splitting hairs, but I like to consider my students as students, not trainees. I like to call them students because I want them to feel like I value them, okay? Which is a good leap off point into today's video. You want to be a good trainer, a good mentor, whatever you want to call it. I say trainer because that's what we call them at Melton, but you have to care about the person that you're mentoring, okay? That should just be plain and simple. That shouldn't take a whole lot of explanation to say you need to care about somebody, okay? And treat them as if you do, okay? That's where a lot of, between here and here, the care between here and here, the meaning of care for one person here, the meaning of care for the other person here, that window in between, that's where we need to focus on, okay? A lot of things that you do as a trainer, you may think is the wrong thing to do, but in actuality, yeah, something that you should be considering. Like, let's say your student has to use the restroom, and they're driving down the road. Something in you should go off when you're looking at them, moving around a lot, or they're not comfortable. That now is a good time to pull over and take a short break. Maybe they need to relieve themselves. Maybe they just need to stretch. You have to care about that person, okay? And note that they have not developed that the ability to hold it for as long as we sometimes hold it before we can pull over and relieve ourselves. But they're new drivers. They hadn't developed that yet. You shouldn't have to look at them and note that they're not comfortable before you say pull over. So if you care about somebody, you think about, well, you know what? A new driver, maybe every hour and a half or so, we'll just pull over and run inside a rest area and stretch, take a tinkle, and jump in the truck and take off. It's not going to set you back, in some long, drawn out period of time. That's just not going to happen, okay? And if you're running that far behind where you can't spare that 10 minutes to run and relieve yourself, the student isn't the problem, okay? But, excuse me, just being able to put that selfish thing aside for a minute and care about that student you have sitting there, that's that window in between there that I'm talking about, right? right? Um, you know, stopping where they may want to stop to grab something to eat instead of, where you want every single time. That's that window in between. And these things aren't hard. They really aren't. Okay. Um, I have a student on the truck right now. He likes hot tea. And hot tea may not be my favorite thing, but when he drinks hot tea as his culture, I drink hot tea with him. I enjoy it because it makes him feel good. That's that window in between, right? Once in a while, I'm gonna drink me some coffee because I like it. I prefer coffee over tea, but he preferred tea over coffee. And when he has tea, I have it with him, and I can tell that it provides a level of comfortability for him, and because that level of comfortability is there, it's a lot easier for me to reach him. When I say, we don't merge that way, this is how we merge. I'm in that window, and I've already gained his trust, and it works out wonderful. And it makes you feel good. It makes him feel good when you accomplish something. You can see them. You'll see in their face when they do something successful, and you care enough to say, "Hey, man, excellent, excellent." You do it like that every time, you'll be a perfect soldier. So that sort of thing, you're in that window of care, window of sharing with someone else. It's an awesome thing. You guys can do that. It's not tough. Okay. If you have it in your spirit, in your psyche, to be able to, you have to have somewhat of a teacher mentality. Okay. I tell you a little something about what another one of the businesses I have is youth sports marketing, and I deal with a lot of coaches. I deal with a lot of ex-professional players, baseball and basketball, and fast pitch softball. And a lot of these coaches, they've played professional ball before, and they may question a referee or an umpire's call during a game, and they are so wrong. The way they thought a rule was is just completely wrong, and they're animate about being right, and they are completely wrong, and the reason they are is because they're players. They're not officials. They've always been players and never been officials. They didn't have to know the rules of the game. They just needed to know how to play it. That's two totally different things. You may know how to perform your job. You may be a good driver, but not know why the rules are in place that says you can't, what makes it oversized? Well, come on, I'm fitting in the lane. Why has it got to be oversized? That's ridiculous. Right? Well, even though that that's not how it's done, you don't know why. And I'm just using it as an example. And that is a very broad example, very easy, okay? But you understand the premises of what I'm telling you. Because you do something may not mean you know how to understand it, okay? And if you don't understand it very well, you don't transfer your knowledge that well, okay? And even if you don't know, or if you do know, I'm sorry, it's difficult sometimes to transfer what you know here to what somebody else can get in there and get it in there in a successful manner. So let's say that professional athlete who's now a coach, maybe his team is only so-so, but this guy was a professional athlete. So, why isn't his team, ready for the pros? It's because he is a professional athlete, but he doesn't know how to transfer his skills and his knowledge to his team, to his players. He just can't do it. You may be an excellent driver. but can't transfer that knowledge to the next guy. And that's basically what I'm trying to tell you. So what makes a good trainer is someone who can do that, or at least know that you're not doing it well, and are willing to find out what it takes to transfer the information. If you're willing to do that, then you have that teacher mentality. You have that teacher spirit. You're going to find a way to transfer that information from what you have here to your student. And you got to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, this isn't for you. But if you want to be able to help someone else, you want to be able to transfer that information, then this is for you. And I'm telling you, there's someone in the Catoosa or whatever hotel they're using over there right now, and they're like this going, please, 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 come and get me. Come and teach me how to do what you do. And it's not hard. It's fun, it's a joy. And I can tell you, it's not always easy. It's a lot of a challenge, and it's a lot of what I just explained to you about being able to transfer information. Everybody learns different. Some guys, I can get in the truck with them, and I can just say, go. And then they just take off, and I'll say, hey, we don't merge that quickly. Whenever we change lanes, it should take you, I don't care how slow you're going, it should take you at least a football field to change lanes. We don't change lanes like that. We don't change lanes like this, okay? We change lanes like this. Okay? And that's what you explain to them. And next time they change lanes, boom. Perfect. Right? I've had them do that. I've had them where I would, explain to them we don't change like this. We go slow. Take a couple of football fields to do it. Next time they change lanes, they just do that. I'm like, wait a minute. I just vocaled to this guy to not do that. So now it's my turn to drive so that I can then show him again. This is how we change lanes. And then, okay. And then they get it. Because they have to visualize, they have to see it. And some guys you have to, even though you show it to them, they still can't get it. You basically have to almost hold the steering wheel with them and say, okay, just a little bit more, hold it right there, let the truck gradually go over. And they are physically doing it themselves, but you may be, just not letting them go too much. You're holding the steering wheel, not letting them go too much, but they're doing it themselves, and then they learn it. 3 different ways. One is vocal, one is visual, and one is physically doing it. Okay, there are certain ways you have to that you'll figure it out pretty quick what it takes to get through your student. But at that point, that's when the excitement happens. That's when the motivation happens. That's when that teacher thing pops out, and it's just a fantastic thing. And if you don't feel just a little bit of excitement listening to my voice, as you can tell right now, I'm starting to get excited about it because I like it. Okay, now if you can feel that, you can feel a little bit of excitement just hearing what I'm saying, you need to step up. Melton needs to help. Those guys in that hotel room needs to help. We need guys like you to step up and come out here and share your knowledge with someone else. It's just a wonderful thing, okay? If you're an inviting person, if you like company, this is what you should do, okay? If you're a recluse and you like to be by yourself, well, maybe not, okay? But if you like to talk and you like to get new friends and meet new people, it's fun, meeting someone who comes from someplace different from you, and just quizzing them and talking to them and where they came from, totally different than your environment. You start learning more. Wow, I didn't know that about that culture, and it's just an eye-opening thing. If you like that, training is for you. Now, I don't want to get this video any longer, and I could just go on and on and on and on about things that I believe are values for a trainer. But at the end of the day, what really matters is that you want to do it, okay? yes, there's a that's a very. You want a pay raise? Go to training. I don't think that you're gonna find a way to get a pay raise that fast, and that big. That's a big bump in pay. Okay, so if you're a money-driven guy, and let's face it, people say this. It's all cliches, but listen, you know, if you're gonna be a trainer, it shouldn't be for the money. Look here, I don't do nothing in trucking. I don't do nothing in work that ain't for the money. I'm sorry. That's the truth, okay? Let's be real. Let's be adults. Everything is not, puffy cloud and kitten kisses. It's a real life here. We do this because there's money involved. I can almost guarantee you, as much as I like to train, if the pay wasn't there, I wouldn't be doing it. That's just a fact. Why? Why would I do? I mean, I like it. I like being with people, but there also is an inherent risk to it. Somebody could say, 50 plus touch me on my, but it'd be it. Y'all know damn well. But you just never know what people could do and say. There is a risk that you take. Like, come on, man. I didn't do nothing like that. What you talking about? Crazy. But why put yourself out like that, right? Chances of it is pretty slim. And I just gave you a little bit of a giggle type of situation, but more real is getting in a truck with someone where you actually have a difference in opinion, and that difference in opinion is maybe a big thing and a real problem. That is a little bit more than playing with my knee. Okay, the other scenario about you guys clashing is more of a realistic type of situation. Okay, I'm just joking with the thing, right? So if you're gonna put yourself out like that, compensation should be there. That's just a fact. And a lot of new guys will come in here and they'll think that trainers only train for the money. Okay, that's just not the vast majority. Okay, most guys train because they like to do it. They like the company. The money is great, but they like the company. They like to be able to share their knowledge, and then you need to be that person. Okay, and if so, come on, bro. Come on. Join the crowd. Come help somebody. I'm done rambling. I got to go cook. Till I see you again, deliver undistracted. And here's your boop. Boop.